Scale Model World 2024, Telford. It's an amazing experience, and if you don't know, it's fantastic for getting the latest deals for modelling. I always love it because there's things that you don't find anywhere else. There's a plethora of traders there, whether it's independents or larger chains. We're going to go have a look at them. And we'll also have a look at what I bought and some final thoughts on Telford this year. Hey guys, it's model making time, and we're back for the third and final installment of my Scale Model World 2024 series. So far we've looked at every single display, we've looked at what the manufacturers are releasing, well, most of them, and today we're looking at, well, the traders at the show. As we said as well, we'll look at my final thoughts as well, because I have some opinions on Scale Model World this year. And of course, we'll have a look at what I bought and added to the stash. If you're new here, make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up. And if you went to Telford, let me know if you bought anything in the comments below. If you want to join a lovely community as well, you can join my Discord. The link is in the description below. It's a forum-like discussion about modelling. So if you're building something, you can share your build report, and if you finish something, you can share your creation with us. It's a really positive space, so make sure you join. So first of all, let's talk about traders. Traders at Telford have been a point of discussion for quite a while, and that's because it's changed, I guess, over time. But I think this year was good. At the show, they have some really big traders, big names that you would know, like Jablam and Hannets and model kits to sell. But then you also have smaller ones. So you'll have people like Kits Crazy, Antics, Man's More Loans. You'll have those sort of level traders. And then you get everyone in the middle as well. You'll also get some for different things. So you'll get things like Ultimate, which sell, well, like a variety of modelling supplies and tools, and you'll get bookshops as well. There's loads of bookshops there. And then you'll also have things like Godhand, which I mentioned in the previous video, but that was displayed there by eModels, who are like the main distributor in the UK. So there's really a lot that you can get there. You'll also have some model manufacturers who'll sell directly too. For some reason I didn't include them in the previous video, but Beacon Models, they make like 1/144 scale models, and they were at the show selling their kits. You'll also get people like Edouard and Special Hobby who, although the footage shows basically empty supplies, that's because they had a really good trading on Saturday, they're also at the show. And some of the other model manufacturers also sell directly or sell their own merchandise also there. It's also a great opportunity to look at subscriptions to magazines and really any other resource you could want in modelling. And you do have to be careful. Some of the model traders will only take cash, and obviously it's a model show, so some of the prices do seem to be a little bit inflated. So always just check your bearings. If you're not sure on the price of something, you know, you can look it up online once you're there. That's absolutely fine and it's worth doing. I definitely did it for some of my purchases this year. I think it's great seeing so many traders at the show, and I mean, I haven't really heard too much from a lot of traders, but it seemed to be a really good show and really successful for some of them. So I hope this is a good sign that modelling is back, because I know there were some concerns over the last couple of years of like the post-COVID slump, and it hopefully seems like that's come to an end. But whilst we're on the subject of purchases, why don't we have a look at what I've bought, shall we? The Latécoère 298. This is a French single engine seaplane. It's not a flying boat really, it is a seaplane, and it has the capability to drop some like bombs. I don't know if it does torpedoes. I haven't done the research on this kit yet. The reason I know this kit is because, well, it was added to War Thunder as like either a battle pass or an event vehicle, and ever since then I've wanted it. Now this has been like, it's an older kit, and it's been quite hard for me to get hold of. It's been on eBay a couple of times and it's sold for a fair amount, and I don't know the price I paid on this one because I took off the prices on some of them, but like I'm pretty sure this was like under £20. I want to say it was like between 12 to 16. I want to say that. Might not have been, but it was definitely below 20. And I'm so thrilled I got this kit. I've been looking at it for ages. I'm really excited to build my first ever seaplane. So this was one I got from like Wonderland Models. So I'm like so excited to build this. In fact, actually, yeah, I think it's got a torpedo here, so I guess it does torpedoes and bombs, but yeah, super excited. Remember when I said Pegasus are the worst manufacturer? Or rumoured to be? I have never built them, and this is an IR-80, so this is a Romanian fighter. It ended up being like a bit of a multi-role aircraft in World War II. And another one I play on Wolf Thunder because it's in the Italian tree. It's a Romanian plane, but just go with it. And I've wanted to build this for ages. So when I saw that there was a Pegasus model of this aircraft, I was like, I have to give this a go. Now Mr. Model asked why these are so bad, and I said, take it out of the box and have a look. And he became very apparent why these are not rated highly as model kits. So I'm gonna have to just give this a go, see how it turns out, and whether or not they really are the worst manufacturer, because kind of curious. The price it says on the front is $11.99. I actually pay the price on the side, which is $7.99, which I don't think is too bad, especially for just trying them out. So we'll see. Maybe I end up loving this because you know what I'm like, I love the weird. The Quadrimotor, the Piaggio P108. I've loved this aircraft for ages. You know me, I love Italian aircraft. I built the SM79. Didn't do a video on it, but I built it ages ago. It had a lot of like emotional value for me, that particular kit. And I've been meaning to do more Italian aircraft in general. Kind of like how I do French February, but I was thinking ages ago of doing like an Italian summer, and then life happened, so maybe that's something that will happen in the future. Even if it doesn't happen for a while, I'm really glad I got this kit. This was listed at about $55. Taking into consideration postage online, I don't think it's horrendous, but I bought this with another kit as well that reduced the price because, you know, what Telford's like, they're like, I'll give you some money off if you buy like a couple of kits or X amount off all marked products. So I ended up getting a relatively good deal on this. I just don't know exactly how much it was, but it seems okay, and I'm just really excited to build this. It's a failure of an aircraft because, you know, mid to late war Italian aircraft, pretty much all were failures. Well, except their fighters. Their fighters were good, but their bombers, not so much. So really excited to build this and have it next to my SM84 as well when I get that one done. This Canada Sabre Mark 6 is from Hobbycraft, which are a Canadian manufacturer, hence why they've done so many Canadian subjects. I built the CT114 Tutor in Snowburst scheme before, although I did it slightly wrong, it still ended up looking quite nice. Now I've been looking for this for ages. This is a kit that goes for weirdly high amounts online. I don't know why, but it tends to go for like, you know, £20 upwards. And yet this was being sold at Wonderland Models for $7.99, which is crazy. So I ended up getting this because how could I not? And I'm really excited to get it done. It's an unusual scheme and it's a Sabre, and I don't think I've really built too many Sabres before. I think the only one I've ever built was for the Flecce Tricolori, so I'm really hyped to have this. God Hand. Now, if you've watched my previous video, you already know who these guys are. They make snippers, like sprue cutters, but they are incredible. I have never used anything like it. I was skeptical of these, and I only really ended up like speaking to them because they are distributed by E-Models, and I used to live near E-Models. I used to be able to like walk up and buy my model kits, and unfortunately that's no longer the case, but I still like E-Models. They're a great supplier, and when I saw them, like, and they were like, do you want to try them out? I was like, wow, and then they gave me a pair, and obviously I haven't used them for like actual kits yet. It's very different, I guess, when you're like using something long term as opposed to like first use. So I'm interested to see how they go. It won't be something I do like just a product review of because I don't really do that, even for like the airbrushes I've got. So I tend to just like use it and we see how it goes. But I'm really, really excited to like use this, see how it goes. And if it's really good, like be able to recommend it to you guys, because they told me I can be as honest as I want. So if it ends up that they suck, then okay, but from my usage of them at the show, because I could try them out, which is another fantastic thing about Scale Model World, like these are like cutting like plastic with butter, like as if plastic was butter, like it's amazing. So really excited to try these. One of the amazing things about Telford is the community and just that pure sense of togetherness. And that's how I got this kit. I didn't actually buy this. This is from Sully, link in the description below. I'm sure you all know them. I did like a collab with them, Weathering the Jet Provost, and like I was looking to build a Jaguar because one of my other content creators, friends, was building one, Captain VFC. If you haven't heard her name just there, it's because I've had to blank it out because they didn't want me to announce it yet. And I was a bit jealous because like I've always wanted to build one, and they were like, hey, I have the Tamiya one, and I was like, oh, okay, I will build it then. And they just gave it to me. And that's one of the lovely things about the model making community, is how, like, you know, we can just support each other. So this cost me nothing, and I'm really excited to build it at some point. Something I saw that could solve a problem for me at the show was these. These are from Ultimate. You probably saw them in the footage earlier. And they, like, I've used their airbrush cleaner for ages, and the airbrush thinner actually I used to use a lot before. And when I saw these, I was like, I have to get them because it solves such a problem, which is like, what do you do with your sprue when you're using it, other than just like leave it on the bench? And with this, you can just like stack it in, and it makes it so much easier. These are Concord sprues, so they're not like super great because they have like weird notches on them because the Concord kit is what it is. But look at that. Look how much better that is. Like, for you to put on your bench, be able to see the parts a lot clearer, and you can just pick it up and go, yep, cool, got the part I needed. Boom, back it is. Simple. These are 3D printed, they're available online as well. They're not a show exclusive because I was like, when I inevitably end up dropping it and breaking it, I want to be able to replace them because these are amazing. This is why we love 3D printing, because it just allows you to like create these amazing products and bring them to market so easily. I'm super hyped for these. I can't wait to get using these. The biggest kit that I've got is this World War I Western front kit. It's kind of 1/76 scale, but like some of the things they sell under 1/72 because that's just the nature of their old stuff. Now, this was also from Kits Crazy and, well, along with the PR gear, and I was oohing and ahhing about whether to get this. It's a massive kit and it comes with quite a lot. So it comes with World War I British infantry, World War I, in fact I can just show you, World War I British infantry, World War I German infantry, and it comes with 2 tanks, and then also like the board. Now, you can see the price on here, and it was quite expensive. We sort of worked out the rough value, and I think one of the biggest like factors in this is the terrain itself. So the terrain is kind of the size of this box, and there's 2 bits of it, so it's like ends up being like that big. And I've been meaning to do a diorama for ages. It's just pretty scary to do it, and I figured this is quite a simple one because it's basically just paint sandbags and then, you know, put like dirty effects on, and you can make it as dirty as you want, you can make it as wet as you want, dry as you want, and I figured it would be a really good opportunity to put some unique models on, and an excuse to maybe buy some unusual World War I things that I wanted to get for ages, and I can just add to it over time and add planes on it too, on stands. So, seems like a good project. I think this is going to be one of my longer term projects for 2025. After I finish Concord, this might be what I do, because there's a lot of different things in here and I can make several videos out of it, I guess, like doing, you know, the World War I tanks, the figures, you know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm really excited to get into this and watch this space, I guess. And then I guess that leaves us here talking about Telford itself. So I've got some thoughts. Firstly, can I just say thank you to everyone who came and said hi to me. I love going to Telford for the simple reason that I get to meet so many of you. The model making community is so inclusive and friendly, and that's what's made it different to like any other community I've been part of, because I don't know, like everyone was just so friendly. So many people just came up to me and said hi, and it's so nice when you're like, oh, I'm this person, I watch your channel. Did had like a couple of people take pictures with me, which like I am not used to at all. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm sorry if I came across really awkward, because like I'm still getting used to this too. But it was really lovely to meet so many of you, and I just want you to know, like, it means the world to me that you like enjoy what I do, like the silly little channel I have, and like the badly built models that I make, because like, I don't know, it's why I do this. So just like, thank you all for being there. I guess in terms of traders, like my experience was kind of limited, right? I don't know what it's like to be a trader at Telford. The few I spoke to said it seemed to go really well. I saw a lot of empty stores, which I presume is a good thing. I don't know how it is for like the independent traders. Again, I spoke to a couple and they said it seems okay. 1 or 2 were like, this is very different for us, but I hope it was a good experience and it's worth going again. It feels like for a lot of people it's just about the brand awareness at Telford, which makes sense. That's the same at a lot of conventions, right? As for Telford overall, I thought it was a much better experience this year than last year. Although there were a few things I addressed in the interview in the last video, like the digital cards that we could have had instead of the paper ones, that for some reason you had to like snap this year. But either way, it was really nice, like in terms of getting in. It felt a lot easier, it was a lot smoother. queuing was a lot less. And they also reached out to content creators this year as well to try and get us involved, which, you know, had its good and bad experiences, but overall I found it a really positive experience. I really enjoyed Telford this year. It also felt busier. Sundays never feel as busy. I wasn't there really long enough on Sunday either. I got in really late and then left relatively early, but the whole of the Saturday we were there, it felt quite busy, and that can only be a good thing. As is standard for any real convention, like, food can be quite expensive there, and that's a kind of the nature of the beast. But I mean, you can just take your own packed lunch, so like, that solves that. And also, like, it's quite close to Telford town centre, so realistically, if you wanted to spend like, I don't know, like 10-15 minutes walking, you could go get something from elsewhere that would be cheaper anyway, so there is that too. The halls themselves were definitely busier. One of the halls last year had the competition in, now it is an external hall. I know, like, the first ever Telford I went to, that hall that the competition was now in used to be like a kit swap, and I definitely think this is a better use of like the space. But it sounds really exciting that Telford could potentially get even bigger. Bad news for me, because it'll mean I'll be filming for 2 days and not just 1 day, but it is what it is. I don't know, the standards of all of the displays has got so much bigger this year, it seems. Like, it just seems like it's leveled up this year more than ever. The level of like detail on those stands was just next level. Like, honestly, like, it's just a new tier that's unlocked, and that was amazing. And like, some of the things like the sprue holders and God Hand I wouldn't have got if it wasn't for Telford, to be perfectly honest, because being able to see things in person and try them out, things that I would never ever get to see otherwise, it's just great. Overall, I'm still a huge advocate for Telford. I really hope there does get to be more competition, but not because I want Telford to fail, but because I think competition really helps grow everything, and it should hopefully mean that, you know, shows will have a better diversity, they'll have a better range of traders, they'll be more accessible. I really hope for that. So I really hope Telford 2025 is everything I dream it is, because it sounds like there's going to be a lot of changes going forward. It's becoming more diverse as a hobby, which is great. We've had more gunpowder acceptance. So this year there's more, like, hopefully tabletop gaming might become a bit more common as well, because I've been to a couple of shows that have that too, and it just makes it even like more inclusive and just brings even more to the hobby. So yeah, I'm really excited. Oh, and I guess final note, it did seem from what I saw there were a lot of people who were using mobility aids and didn't seem to have too much difficulty getting around. I know that's not always the case at every show I've been to, and Telford does seem one of the more accessible, but I would love to hear your opinion, so leave a comment down below. And hey, if you've had any issues, I'm sure IPMS would love to know too, because they want this to be inclusive. I guess that's my overall opinions, is that I think this was one of the best scale model worlds I've ever been to. I think Mr. Modeler feels the same. It's only their second, but I'm pretty sure they thought this was substantially better than last year. In fact, they've just thumbed up at me. They went, yep. So we both thought it was great. I've heard lots of good feedback too, so I think it was a winner this year. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've liked what you've seen here today, subscribe to the channel down below and leave a comment if you attended Telford. What was your favourite display and what did you buy if you did buy anything? And if you didn't attend, well, use my videos to like see what you thought your favourite thing was, because I covered every single display, or at least I hope I have. If you want to join a lovely community of like-minded, positive model makers, then make sure to join my Discord. The link for that is in the description down below as well. It's just a really chill space where you can share your modelling creations. Thanks so much for joining me, guys, and I'll see you in your next video. Bye! Thank you so much to my channel members. Both Starter Kit and Advanced Kit level members help make this video possible. A shout out goes to my Advanced Kit level members, including Dafty Duck, Bob and Genevieve Albridge, David Barber, Taggers365, Jeff's Dioramas, Iron Duke, and my two longest Advanced Kit level members, Crazy Locha and Explosive Water, and it was so nice to meet so many of you at the show this year. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on my latest releases and sometimes my live streams. Currently I'm building Concord, and well, there's a recommended video here just for you as well. See you in the next one!